All right, welcome everyone, Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Mashle, Season 1, Episode 4. You can expel me anytime you want.
Yep.
And I can bury you anytime I want.
See, this is the thing I always wanted Toph to do anytime she fought anybody who could remotely, like, fight under any circumstances. She just did the most non-lethal finishing move of just like, I bury you up to your nose. Would you like me to bury you the rest of the way?
Would you like
You
me to
will never
squeeze?
see sunlight again.
Yeah, exactly.
It is over, and I can threaten you with anything else there, and you can't move. So what are you gonna do?
You're toast.
It's over.
And because this is a proper Dumbledore, parallel headmaster, he snorts a line of cocaine and he's like, I love it. Yes, we need more people like you around here.
Exactly. So then we get our other, overly exuberant, just power of manliness, Tom Knowles or what have you, just being like, bro, let's play not Quidditch.
Yeah. Legally distinct Quidditch.
Yeah. But it's like it, but it's called Duelo.
You're right.
Yeah.
But I can't fly. You'll do fine. No. I actually can't fly.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Details.
Yep.
I heard the thing there. Yeah. Everybody can't fly.
Just put
first time. It's
just
tough,
put the broom between your legs and just jump.
I just love the idea of him like going over to the goal on like their side, and just jumping up and just kicking the ball really hard.
Sure. Oh yeah.
He's their goalie,
If they have a beater equivalent in this game, he'd be terrifying at it. Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
It's only one problem.
Yep. Yeah. A little bit out of your depth.
When someone invites you to play Magic and you're like, okay, I'll give it a try.
Yep.
And you never get to play a single card.
Yeah. Is he throwing? Yeah. Oh!
You must not truly be invested in this.
The mighty bamboo.
Huh?
Oh. They grow 3 inches a day or something, like. High on life!
Oh, yeah.
No way. In the middle of the match.
Okay. Just do your throw broom technique.
Right. Oh!
Ah! Oh no! Carry on without me.
Oh my god, 50-10.
When your team keeps running it down mid.
Yeah, that's the society we're in.
Like he's giving his last words.
I believe in you.
Okay.
He's like, wow, I took that to heart.
Yeah. He just beats them with the brooms.
How? What? Wait, he's swimming in the air?
And just throws it through everybody.
Yep. Jesus. Whoa! What?
All right, 1 down, 49
I need to watch this show in the dub now. What is going on? No way. The angle he put on it.
No way.
He's just gonna sit here.
He just puts a crazy amount of spin.
He's throwing it like a curveball.
Yeah.
No way. He's actually doing a baseball curve! like proper baseball curveball throwing technique. You
Anyone
gotta
get in the just put your body in the way. It's the only way to stop him. Oh.
I love it. Oh my god. Oh my. It might as well be the golden snitch.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Somehow this feels far more impressive than all the feats of strength he's done up until now.
The whole team, yeah. Yeah.
What the hell was that? Yes.
Yes.
So he's just gonna call him Bamboo from now on.
Oh my god, yep, broke the record. Right. The humblest and sweetest of boys. Yep.
Damn him.
All right, Mr. I give main character energy.
Right.
In the mirror. God, yes.
Right, dark arts is very important, yes. I think we need to just start calling that dude Bamboo.
Yes. Lance Crown. Whoa. 2 marks. That's interesting. Ooh.
I have not had fun since coming here.
No. What? Wait.
See, it's
He's
not a
so
contest of
wholesome.
strength.
Ever smoking bottle? Oh, it's like a genie's bottle.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, we in a JoJo's battle.
Yep. Oh.
Oh shit, and he can teleport.
No, thank you. He gave me some peace and quiet. Like,
Right.
he actually followed him. He's a good man. Doesn't want his friends to get hurt. Oh, interesting. So you could have somebody who's got like lines all over their body. Oh, okay, here we go.
この世界のほとんどのものが一線魔導士に相当するが稀に複数の技を有する者がいる10万人に1人の割合でこの世界に存在
Okay, so there are a decent few.
Yeah.
この学校じゃ魔法を使った決闘はこれ以外タブーだからな。まあ、お前はやるしかないわけだが、これが俺。
Yes.
I mean, you just promised that I'd have fun.
This poor guy.
やっても結果は目に見えている。
Bold of you to close your eyes.
Yep.
お前の行動は
This guy is going to become best friends with
Yeah.
his dumbass once he
Right.
realizes
Yeah.
how much weaker than Mash he is.
Oh yeah.
どうせ
At worst, he's gonna become like the rival.
Oh, yeah. The friendly rival, yeah.
早くやろ
Oh,
う。いいせいだ。
yeah, I like that. You gonna draw your wand, though? I should wait until you've drawn your wand.
グラビオ。
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh shit.
Yeah, we need someone to comment on the magic that's being done
Exactly.
here. Yeah!
What good is an epic magic battle if no one's around to see it?
そういうパフォーマンスは必要ない。
No!
法なしで俺に勝つつもりか。グラビオ。
Shit.
Okay.
Okay, we found a limit.
いらないんだよ。俺と同じ次元に立つに。
Wow. I love just gravity magic. Yeah, just...
Yeah. Make you super heavy. But you don't realize this is actually just resistance training for him.
Yeah. Oh! Whoa, that was smart.
Okay.
根っこ。
Yeah, he used them to dislodge your footing.
君も本当は這いつくばるの好きなの。
Yeah, because when you used it on him before, he was like leaping off the ground.
Yeah.
Now he's actually planted and prepared for it.
Whoa. This is my backstory.
Oh my
Little
god.
sister.
He's the Oni.
The way he's so like scared. So you're aiming to be one? Oh, well.
And like that, the fight is over.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cream puffs.
There's a lot. Nope. Love. Yeah, I thought he was going to say love next. Power.
Then just say what you think it is.
Oh no, he's just. Yeah. Yes. Tell me how disgusted you are. No. You think I can't kick you and...
But this doesn't... Is this just a test of your own strength then?
Yeah.
Interrogation.
That's what the Marines told me it happened, at least. You know?
Right.
Oh. See, that's what it is. He just doesn't like people who don't have the strength to, you know. Yeah, he doesn't like seeing people in that kind of position.
Right.
And his sister is clearly in that position because she's a 1-line.
Sure.
And he's a 2-line, so he feels like he has to protect her.
Right, and because of Mashle's demonstration in the Duelo game.
His parents are 1-lines.
His parents are 1-lines.
So it's literally chosen by magic. It's not anything to do with like
lineage or anything.
No, her mark is disappearing.
Oh shit.
Oh
shit.
Yeah, that would develop a little bit of a
complex
obsession. Yeah. Oh, did someone in your past have this disease as well? So it like skips a generation and
well. At the very least, there's the poetic irony that he gets 2 and she gets none.
Yeah. Like he stole the one that was meant to be hers.
Yeah.
Yeah! Giving up on her, yeah. Okay, we're redeeming this stupid boy.
Right. And so then Mash is like, hey, put that behind your back, for the bottle behind your back, I need to show you something. And then he just...
Yeah. Nice, yeah.
He's not there. Oh.
He's limbering up! Hamstring magic! Yes!
Fantastic.
Build a legend of your, like, enhancement magic. Yes!
Incredible.
Come up with names for it, too. Yeah.
Just straight down.
How did he redirect himself?
Maybe the gravity spell's still in effect?
Just like that. Yeah.
Clearly,
yeah.
He must.
This guy will be the one to build his legend. Oh. Nice.
Okay.
Like a simple illusion or what have you.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, daisuki. Yeah.
Now he's like, okay, well, all right, maybe you're all right after all.
Okay.
Cool.
Respect.
Yeah, he's a man of his word, at
over
least.
the coin.
Yeah.
You did lose. You forfeited, basically. Yeah. To be modest.
Yes.
Right. She wants something specific, but she said it in the very
right.
I respect that. Oh, we could be friends.
ここに戻ってから瓶を開ければよかったと。
Ah,
Yes, absolutely.
okay, all right. We've been introduced to Lance Crown.
Oh, yes. It is a very normal and totally not main character energy kind of name.
Yeah. Even his design reminds me of a certain Chunibyo from another
yeah.
show.
Oh, absolutely.
Except he is actually that powerful.
Right.
Bro has like spatial magic with like enhanced gravity.
Yeah.
Like
cool.
Crazy cool stuff to have
Yep.
someone that's actually now strong who will be in the troop, you know?
Right.
But his thing is not that he's competitive with MASH because he wants to be like stronger than MASH necessarily. He's like, no, I can't have anybody that will end up stealing
My spotlight,
spots.
basically.
Because if I end up becoming the Divine Visionary, I'll then be able to potentially get something that can save my sister.
And I like the idea that because the thing that they are given is an actual like physical commodity, that they can basically try and do bets with each other in order to get each other's coins.
Yeah.
That's actually really fun. And I
is
like
fun.
the way that it can bring some dynamic like interplay between the students into the show.
Yeah, because you could have some people just be politically, like savvy, and just get people to give them to them, like over the course of the story.
Exactly. Like if you have, you have the people that maybe they get a coin and they're like, oh, cool, but actually it doesn't do anything if you don't get enough to, do some crazy thing. So really, I'll do stuff for you if you give me your coin, something like that, right?
Yeah, and in a lot of ways that builds community. While it does kind of lean things into a little bit of a competitive dog-eat-dog zero-sum game community, that is the dark world that we're in.
Right,
though.
and
so they would want that in a lot of ways.
And given what we had in the previous episode, I fully believe that there would just be straight up physical extortion for the coins.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely. And in a lot of ways, because those are only being given out to people that are probably doing feats of incredible capacity.
Magic, then they can probably defend themselves
They could probably do that okay. But and also the idea that there's only bronze, silver, and gold, you could have people get bronzes and they wouldn't be under any danger because the people that take them seriously are like, oh, that's like a 100-to-1 conversion for a silver or a gold.
Right,
so
beating someone up for chump change, I
just don't care. Like, I'm going to be getting like a gold tomorrow or something, so it doesn't mean anything.
But okay, so we've got our next member of the party, and he's actually really strong with magic. I think that is, well, he totally goes into the archetype of the, yes, I am, powerful, side character, all the magic, all that stuff.
The celestial body earring on the left ear.
Right.
While having the double lines of magic to introduce the new world building kind of facet of things.
I think he'll shake up the dynamic in some really fun ways because he's someone who actually is really good at magic. Because like the promise of magic in the world and everything, okay, awesome, right? Let's get into that. That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
But given that it's usually done in opposition to MASH, and he's strong enough to be able to just flutter kick his legs to levitate in the air and then do some curveball shit to just keep throwing the ball through the hoop and
through the whole thing,
and just go right back to his hand.
Ridiculous.
In a lot of ways, that felt to me like a whole other level of like, crazy strength and stuff. Because that's like fine-tuned precision control to be able to do things rather than just I punch so hard it obliterates everything.
It's absolutely nonsense.
Right.
Yeah.
And so now it's the no.
We're leaning so hard into the silliness of it.
Right. Because I figured it was going to be stuff kind of like that, like when the premise of the show is, given to us in the first episode and all that, right?
Right.
But when he was initially, like, oh no, I actually can't fly, there was a part of me that's like, maybe he will actually have to come up with some, off-the-wall solution, right? Because he actually can't do it. No. He's strong enough that it didn't quite go to the level of him just intimidating the broom to decide to fly because he didn't want it to crush it,
Right.
But, okay, all right, here we are. Yep.
Lance being a character who they... like straight up joke about the lolicon then to siscon,
right?
And it is actually a legit complex because his sister is dying and
she's going to be turned over by their parents to the police state.
So he feels completely alone. He absolutely has been mentally broken into thinking, if I don't do a demon for these coins here, she is going to die, and no one is going to help her or do anything about it. I've absolutely developed a complex.
Right.
And this has been going on for a while. So that original 5-year diagnosis might be a lot shorter now than it was before.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's something to keep in mind here, that she might literally have a year left now.
And I will say, I do appreciate that a lot as far as a reason for a character that is introduced in the very antagonistic kind of role to then be like, no, I have a reason why I need to do this. And, oh, hey, now that that's sort of dealt with, okay, at this point, Mash, let's try and figure out how to get the coins together.
Which is fun because we talked about giving the coins away. Mash could get all the coins,
and
get
just
to
give
the
them
point where it's at the end and he's like, I did the thing that I'm supposed to do. Was there someone I'm supposed to give these to? And he could be like, oh, I'm going to do the thing to help with, my family and stuff. Or it's the, here you go, man,
He shows the police officer, hey, I did it. Bye. And then gives them to his friend. Yeah.
That would be good to have like a 2-for-1 with that. But then we also get the reveal of double-lined or double-marked people that are 1 in 100,000. Something that does not seem to have any genealogical or biological or DNA or anything magic lineage or what have you kind of stuff to it, which I kind of like, because in a lot of ways that means that there's some kind of unique aspect to the way that magic incarnates into a person, like connects to a person, that could be decided by their soul, their temperament, their all kinds of things, their fate. There's all kinds of really esoteric stuff they could get into. And it could also just be pure luck of the dice.
Oh, yeah.
Any one of those works, but the idea that this is being introduced at the same point as an incurable magical disease
that takes away
the magic away is very curious, given how much they focus on specifically removing, like in a very like crazy, dark kind of way, people that don't have magic, so that like bloodlines and lineage will be pure.
Right. And so
because that then is counter to the double mark thing.
So with the double mark thing, there is a way that you could actually have it be hereditary and the parents don't have it. Because if you have like genetic inheritance, things will skip generations.
And uncles and things.
No, right. But it's the idea that because the mark of whether or not they have it is binary of either 1 mark or 2 marks, there's no like 1.5 marks.
Sure.
You could have something where in the bloodline of both the parents, they effectively have 1.5 marks, but it's not enough to bump them up to 2. And so then, you get the extra half mark from each of them, and then, oh, hey, you've got 2 marks.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. I was trying to bring it up in the standpoint that like, if it is like something that's like that or not hereditary, what is the thing that makes it so that not having a mark, basically, like, or having a disease that comes about as a mark being like removed, makes it so that the parents are then like, oh, if only it wasn't like if she only didn't have our blood, basically, the disease is clearly hereditary, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the mark is. The mark thing is something that they don't understand right now. But I was trying to get at the disease being something that they specifically said like, oh, like.
Well, I think there could be an element of that that's just general, like in a world like this where they're basically saying, hey, if you don't have magic, you're not a person. Then that makes sense that there would be a lot of like, shame on the parents' part, because they're like, oh my God, is this our fault kind of a thing? Because now it's okay, well, we know basically what needs to be done for the sake of everyone else, because if we probably don't turn her over to the police, then, all of us will be in danger, right?
Okay. Maybe I'm misinterpreting something here. Let me go back to the exposition that they give here as well. Because Oh, wait, I read it wrong. My bad. Oh, why was a child like this born from our blood? Oh, so it's not saying that it's hereditary.
Right.
What it's actually saying is that we are now discriminating towards her, and we are already abandoning her.
Right. And I think, but I think the line is still really important because it shows that the whole like, you know, hereditary eugenics thing, whether or not it works, is something that the society is actively thinking about, right? Like these parents, when they see, oh, she has this thing, it's the, oh shit, was our blood not pure enough? You know, like, oh, why did this have to happen? You know?
Right. I guess the part that I'm trying to like figure out like what they're like hinting at in the world building here. And I think I was on the wrong thing because I thought it was that they're like, oh no, our blood caused this, but now it's the, oh,
why did this have to happen?
We produce an impure child?
Right.
Which means in a lot of ways that because the disease is known to be incurable,
right,
meaning it's not rare. It is rare, but it is not. It's happened frequently enough that they know
right,
there's nothing. There's no point in going to the doctors for any reason because it's already done.
This would be
they've tried it enough times that there's nothing they can do.
And this would be the ultimate nightmare disease, right? If there was any, like, all the resources of this society within the medical field, basically, would be like, ah, shit, we have to figure this out because that's, you know, either we're going to say, ah, yes, those people are just, they were always subhuman, they, you know, whatever, or it's the, oh no, there's something that's actually taking away the thing that we value more than anything else.
Right. I guess the part that is where it just feels like this is an example of where the show is not that deep and I'm trying to like add something deep into it. But it's the, if this was a disease that happened and they know it's incurable, that means enough people have actually submitted their kids or what have you, if it starts as a kid or what have you, to the medical field, knowing that they're basically killing them by revealing that they have a disease that makes them lose their magic.
Right, but hoping that maybe it can be stopped.
Hoping that it can be stopped. But you'd think that once they know that it can't be stopped, they would actually not reveal that their kids are even sick.
Well, they'd probably just bury them in the backyard.
Well, no. They would keep, they love their kids. They'd keep them alive as much as possible. Basically, and hidden until the magic actually disappears. Then they're like, sorry, we're going to have to turn you in. Yeah. But basically, until that point, they still get the time with their kid. But it's the thing where the show is so dark at times that it's like...
And so there's elements of this where it could be something as simple as just, hey... the injustice that was shown at the beginning of the show, other people will still experience a similar kind of injustice in the society. Right? And there doesn't necessarily need to be a bunch of big implications as a result of the reason for why the injustice is happening.
Yeah.
But just, it happened, and the parents ended up being shitty people, right? Which is almost to be expected in this society. And so now what does this guy do with that, right?
Yeah.
And it's the, ah, shit, now he has no one, and, you know, and so then he has to basically just be like, I gotta do whatever I can.
Yeah, I go after power so that I can actually have influence in this society. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But I'm curious now that the whole two line, you know, mark thing has been introduced, how much of it will turn into the sort of Bankai, you know, Soul Society situation of like, everyone has been etched into the annals of, don't you mean just literally everyone?
No, because that's something they already built into the thing there. It's 1 in 100,000.
Right.
Which even in our world there, you know, 100,000 times 100,000 is a billion.
Right.
So you would have 600,000 people that are double marked.
Well, and especially if you're talking about at the most, like, you know, prestigious magic schools or whatever, that would be the place where all of those 600,000 people would congregate, you know,
and even
across the different schools.
Right. And even if they're not there because they're already done with their magic because they're a certain age as an adult, which, you know, most of the population would be, then you could then get into where it's like, there's probably about, you know, 10,000 people like that are actually in school for that like 3, 4 year, 7 year or whatever time that they need to get trained or something. And then maybe the other dark thing about the world they'll get into is actually where the double lines only compete with each other, and thus a lot of them end up like killing each other because they're like trying to keep those with, you know, equal potential power out of their fields and stuff.
Given that people without marks are just dealt with, right?
Yeah.
Then that reinforces even more the kind of behavior that we had in the previous episode, even though it was for different reasons, where you could absolutely have I have 2 marks, you have 1 mark. You are subhuman to me, right?
Yeah.
You know, but then there's also the question of how much of that is just base mana pool that you have to work with from birth versus something that you can actually change as a result of practice.
Right.
Because MASH is a perfect example of practicing a lot to get crazy strong, right?
Yeah.
So could you theoretically add a magic mark as a result of some crazy magical, disciplines?
I would say no. I'm
guessing probably
it's
not.
It's the kind of thing where it feels like it's just like this is something that was on your body from when you were a baby.
Yep.
It does not feel like that. Although I will 100% throw out there's going to be somebody, even if it's more of just a villain thing, that artificially like gave themselves through experimentation, magical, binding, like special, like deals or what have you with beings from beyond the dimension or what have you.
You get some kind of Siler equivalent or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Right. I weaponize the disease that, Crown Sister is afflicted with to, try and basically siphon magic away from people so that then I can, take it for myself or something.
Yeah, this is the kind of subsystem within the magic that I generally like because it allows you to break the rules in very like specific, understandable ways.
Yep.
Yeah. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if anything that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.